Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United 2, Tottenham 0. The curse is over. What curse? I don't know. Apparently we hadn't beaten them for 8 games. Man of the match, Romero. He is a red and he got a red. But look, all jokes aside, I think there was a little bit of panic in the fan base in the second half. We didn't play well second half. I thought the intensity was low. I wouldn't be surprised if Carrick said something about it. But Bruno's goal was really big. And I just want to say at the start, Bruno for Ballon d'Or. I already said a few days ago, why should Bruno Fernandes not win Player of the Year in the Premier League? Just because we're not going to win the league? Just because we're not in the Champions League? He's top of the assists chart. He scored again today. Why would Bruno Fernandes not be Premier League Player of the Year or PFA Player of the Year? Back in the number 10 where we've said he should be. Absolutely brilliant. But look, take away that Bruno goal. I think people would have been moaning about, wow, it's only because of the red card. We haven't played that well. I don't mind. I don't mind because maybe on Tuesday we'll play really well and win 3-0. I love winning games when you're not that good. I love winning games when you're average. Like, we just need to win games. We're 4 points ahead of Chelsea. We're 5 points ahead of Liverpool. We're 2 points behind Villa. We're 9 points off the title. But look, it's about winning. It's about winning at the moment. And look, conversations about the manager, we can do that on an 8 o'clock show. Conversations about how crap the owners are. Conversations about how Romero could have broke Casemiro's ankle and he'd be out for the season and we didn't buy a midfielder in January and Jason Wilcox is shit at his job. Thankfully, we're not having that. These are the fine lines that happen in football, and you've got to take the rough with the smooth because you're never going to get perfection. And that red card for Romero probably does change the game. I think the big positives for me are that obviously beating Man City and Arsenal, you go light switch. We always play well against the big teams, but Fulham and Spurs, we drew against this season when we should have beat them both. We should have won. We should have won at Craven Cottage, and we should have won at Spurs. We drew both. We've won both. And I thought Fulham played really well against us last week and we got a last minute winner. And I thought Spurs played really well against us this week and then they got a red card. So I just think it's a great result for Manchester United. Job done. Job done. And overarchingly, you've got this player in Bruno Fernandes who may or may not be here next season, but I think you've got to move heaven and earth to make it happen because I genuinely think they'll probably go and vote for Declan Rice or Gabriel or Erling Haaland for Player of the Year. But look, if he was doing this for Brentford, there'd be a movement. There'd be a movement for Bruno Fernandes to be Player of the Year. Just because he plays for Man United, there won't be. I think he's bloody brilliant. I think his quality is incredible. And, you know, we had a few people said Cunha was quiet today. And he nearly scored that curler, didn't he? But Bruno can be quiet and he will produce. And I just think that we have an incredible player here. An incredible player. And we're going to do player ratings in a minute. But we have an incredible player that I don't think a lot of this would be possible without him. The team respond to him. He dictates the play. He delivers week in, week out. And he is the difference. Week in, week out, he is the difference. And I just think playing him in the midfield was crazy. And I don't want to start a conversation about Amrin, but playing him in the midfield was crazy. I know it was a different formation and we were building for the future. And I know this 4-3-3, what we're doing is for the short term. But Bruno Fernandes should be a number 10 anyway. I remember Jamie Carragher saying about it. He's the best number 10 in the league. And that was when he was playing in the midfield. He's the best number 10 in the league. He's one of the best number 10s in the world. And when you've got a player like that, yeah, maybe Cunha will be good in that position. But he's just irreplaceable when you put him into that position. Yes, he can be frustrating, but I don't understand Ricky or those other fans out there that think he's a problem. I've criticised Bruno, but he's always been my favourite player because he will deliver. And he can drift out of a game, and he can be lax, and he can be, you know, a little bit of a showboater. But when he's at it, and he is at it this season, he just delivers. He should be sponsored by Amazon Prime because he just delivers all the time. So look, I wanted to get that out about Bruno. I thought he was really, really important for us today. But it was an easy game. It was an easy game in the sense that, you know, Luke Shaw had a good game. Harry Maguire had a good game. Delo had a very good game. Martinez had a good game. Mainu had a good game. Casemiro had a good game. Because it was easy. It's easy when you're playing against 10 men and they're not attacking. You basically are free. All those players could find the space. I think for Mbeumo, Ahmad and Cunha, that they were in the one area of the pitch where there wasn't space because Spurs were defending in numbers. So If you're Luke Shaw, you can bloody have a cigar and slippers. If you're Harry Maguire, cigar and slippers, it's easy. You're not under any pressure. I think in the second half, we probably did drop off a little bit. I don't know whether that's because we're playing on Tuesday. But to be fair, you're 1-0 up against 10 men. You shouldn't be conceding. And if we had, I think we'd have gone up a gear anyway. So I think Spurs were done as soon as the red card happened. And just on that, by the way, that's a red card. I know this is a United channel and I know everyone's going to agree with what I'm about to say, but I'm about to go on That's Football and do the 3 o'clock games. Lots of you join me over there anyway. We watch lots of games. We know Romero. We know what he is. If that's Conor Gallagher going into that tackle on Casemiro, you'd give the benefit of the doubt and go, it's nasty, but he didn't mean it. Romero knows exactly what he's doing. And if you are stupid enough as a football club to have a player like that in your team, then you're going to reap the whirlwind. I would never, ever want a player like that at Man United. And I've got no sympathy for Spurs at all. I've got sympathy for their fans. I thought they played well for 30 minutes. And I thought the question we'll never answer is, would we have won the game against 11? I don't know. I think 11 against 11, it was a really good game. It was very, very equal. But as soon as it goes to 10 men, I think we would have lost with 10 men. They lost with 10 men. But I don't feel any sympathy, and I don't think anybody should say we were lucky, because Romero does it all the time. And if you're stupid enough as a football club to put a player like that in your starting lineup, you're fucking your fans over every week. He does it all the time. I am not having anything that we were lucky. I am not having anything that, you know, the red card changed the game. If you're stupid enough to pick a player like that, it's like putting Vinnie Jones in your team. You can't go, oh, I'm surprised he's got a red card. He's an absolute hothead. Whether he's a decent player or not, he's a hothead, and he did it on purpose, and he deserved the red card, and you cannot play an hour in the Premier League away from home with 10 men. So that's their fault. That's Thomas Frank's fault. That's Tottenham's fault. They can't moan about that. If it had stayed 11 against 11, I thought they were playing really well. I thought Fulham played well, but that's a testament to the fact that we're playing quite well at the moment as well. Our job is to win games. Carrick's job is to win games. We just need to keep winning. Wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool won tomorrow and Chelsea won today and Villa won today. I don't think they will, but it wouldn't surprise me. There is competition for this Champions League spots. I think Shahin said it in the watch along, and he's probably right. I think when it comes to top 6, we've probably nailed it. I don't think the Brentfords and the Sunderlands and the Evertons and the Fulhams are going to catch us. But remember, sixth place would be no Champions League football. So we've got to just keep winning. That's what you've got to do. And I'm very happy with that today. I don't really care about performance or 5-0 or 6-0. I really just think we've got to win. We just got to keep winning. And it's the same against West Ham on Tuesday, because I'll tell you for free, I don't want to be sat here next season not having United games for a week or 10 days. We have to be in Europe. And of course there's bigger questions. Like, as I said, if you want a little bit of devil's advocate negativity, I think the whole of Old Trafford's breath was held for a few seconds when Romero hit Casemiro, because that's the stupidity of the people who run this football club. Like, to do nothing in the January transfer window and say we're okay, and then you watch that tackle on Casemiro and you think, if he's broke his ankle, we're done. We're literally done. We've got no midfield. We'd be playing Agate, Mainu, and hope every minute. There's no, Fletcher, whatever. So that could have been a big moment. Still could be a big moment, but that's woulda, coulda, shoulda. The reality is we've won the game. It's a big win for Manchester United, and we go again on Tuesday night, and if we can win that, it's 5 wins in a row, and he's moving towards Ollie's 8. And if he gets 8 wins in a row, I'm sure people are going to say give him the job, but I'm not going to talk about that till 8 o'clock tonight. Right, let's do player ratings then, because I think this is quite an easy one tonight. Before we do that, Notorious has given us a super chat. He says, shave the lad's hair in the studio, 1 million views. We tried to do it before, mate. He wants a lot of money for it, and I can't justify that. So I hope he gets his pay ticket. Sir Alex voice, Casemiro could have been killed. Casemiro could have been killed. The lad could have been killed. He could have been killed. George, thank you. The difference between the way we handled the game today and how we did it against Everton, similar red card situation, speaks volumes, says Alp. Heard Ali McCoy saying when was the last time we were Ollieing and it wasn't yesterday. Don't know if I'm overreacting, but really rubbed me the wrong way. What? Gomes, I don't know what that means. Heard Ali McCoy saying when was the last time we were Ollie in. I don't know what that means. Someone needs to clarify that. Bruno Fernandes is the new Walter White, mate, says Amit. Max Evans, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Just glad Casemiro was okay, says David. David, it was a big moment. Goms, thank you very much for your super chat. Some fans forget even Sir Alex scraped some wins out of a not good performance, says Mr. Saunders. Not having our centre-backs constantly subbed is so refreshing, says Nathan. Bruno will go down as a legend, says Hyans. Can't wait for that dweeb to get his hair cut, says Tuna. And good win, but we have to talk about Sesko at the end, says Hoy. Well, I wasn't going to talk about Sesko at the end. I was just going to leave it. But now you've done a super chat. So look, Bruno should have had another assist. He should have had a goal and an assist. It was a lovely ball into Sesko. It was the last touch of the game. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It would have mattered if it was 0-0, but let's just leave it and move on. Officially have more Premier League points than last year, says Ken. I mean, considering that was our worst ever Premier League points total by a bloody long way, I'm glad. Only one Frank winner today, haircut time, says Anthony. And are you happy or excited about Guy getting a haircut? You know what? Can I just be really honest here? I think it's really sad that Man United have won 4 games in a row and we're trying to get into the Champions League and we're talking about a gimmick haircut. I like the guy and I wish him all the best and I'm sure he'll have another one after this. But we're Manchester United and we're talking about a fucking haircut. And I'm sure he's going to get a load of exposure from it and that's great. But this is the United stand. We've been doing it for 10 years. I couldn't give a shit about someone having a fucking haircut. It's the lowest priority at all. I would just want Man United to beat West Ham and then beat Everton and then beat Newcastle. I don't give a shit about someone's hair. It surprises me that so many of you do, but I suppose it's the modern world. Sesko misses okay. Haaland misses badly at times, says Saya. And fun fact, we now have 2 more points than we did at the end of last season, says Sam. And don't forget, new football scholars said we need to get Gallagher so bad because he's better than Casemiro. E.g., I think that's such a bad take. I thought Conor Gallagher played really well for Spurs in a game where they had 10 men, and I would have took Conor Gallagher. I don't think Conor Gallagher or Palhinha or Sarr had a bad game for Spurs just because we beat them 2-0. I actually thought they all played really well. So yeah, I would have. I'd take any of those 3 right now till the end of the season, just so we've got somebody other than Agate on the midfield. So I actually thought they did well, in my opinion. Officially, okay, right, let's do player ratings. So, Lemens really didn't have anything to do, did he? I'd give him a 6. 6.8 is fine. I'd give him a 6. Don't think he had anything to do. Can't remember him doing anything, really. Delo, I give him a 7. I thought he was good today. Yeah. Surprised Le Mans scored better than Delo, but there we go. I thought Delo did well. He got an assist as well. So, look, it was an easy game for him, but I thought he did well. A good early save from Le Mans. I can't remember it. Are United in a title race, says Kian? Be nice. Martinez, 7. Again, I thought passing was very good. Look, the whole defence had an easy game. Apart from the first half an hour, it was very easy against 10 men at home. But I thought they were all steady. I'd give them all a 7. To be fair. Actually, probably give Luke Shaw a 6.5 because he very nearly did cost us a goal at 1-0. A couple of sloppy passes, but yeah, I wouldn't give him the same as Maguire, Martinez and Delo, to be fair. Casemiro, I'd probably give him a 7, maybe even a 7.5. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Very steady. He's good in a game like that when you've got lots of space, and I thought he did well. Mainu, again, 7. I thought his passing was really good. Look, I'll be honest, I thought the first half an hour, our defence was getting dominated and was slow. I thought the energy of Conor Gallagher and Sarr was overwhelming him a little bit. There was that chance for Conor Gallagher, who was picking up the runner. So look, defensively, I still think we lack a bit of pace. But when we're on the ball, I thought the passing was really good, and we spent most of the game on the ball, so I thought the midfield was good. Ahmad, I'd give him a 7 as well. I thought very exciting player. You'd love to see him getting some goals and assists, but he was very close in getting an assist for Mbermo at the end as well. Good game from Ahmad. Bruno, 8. I just think, as I've already spoken about him, imperious performance from Bruno, and he should have had another assist. Sesko should have scored. So he'd have had 2 goals and an assist, and obviously it was his corner that led to the goal. I know it was Mainu's assist as well. Cunha, probably a 6.5. I thought he was a little bit quiet at times. But I like Cunha. So 6.5 for him. Mbeumo, 7. The goal was good. Lots of hard work. Took his goal very well. Another consistent performer for Manchester United, and good to see him back and performing as well. Kobe got the assist, I know, but Bruno played the corner to him and he laid it off to Mbeumo. Mazraoui was good when he came on. Give him a 6. Agate can have a 6 as well. Fletcher didn't even notice, 6. Xerxes, 6. Sesko, 6. Carrick today, strong 7. A strong 7 for Carrick. I don't think we were particularly great today, but you manage the situations, and that's what management's all about. It's 0-0 with 10 men. I said we need to be calm and composed, and we were. We're 1-0 for most of the game. You just got to be calm and composed, and we got the second goal. It wasn't vintage, but it was good management. Mark called the red card. I just had a feeling. I did have a feeling about it. Man of the match, Bruno Fernandes, 79% of the vote. Make sure you smash a like on the video for that. Let people have fun, Mark, with the haircut thing. Mate, I don't think people listen, right? This is the United stand. We've been doing it for 10 years. I like to talk about football. Somebody having their haircut is overtaking the chat. Now, he's on social media. It's going to be a big night for him on Tuesday. I'm sure there's something will be happening somewhere where it's live cut and everything like that. And there'll be a brand and everything like that. And it'll be great. And you'll all watch it. And I know the guy. He's a nice guy. But what do you want me to say? Do I think he'll get a haircut? I don't care, because I want Man United to win. I'm not sat there on Tuesday night going, I really hope Man United win so Frank gets his haircut. Like, he might not. Is it in his interest to get his haircut? Tattoo on the arse next, maybe, I don't know. Fair play to him. He's got a talent agency. He's doing really, really well. He's a nice guy, and he's getting spoken about a lot. But maybe I'm a bit old school. I couldn't give a fuck about someone having a haircut. I just want Man United to win again on Tuesday night, and again, and again, and again. And it's a bit of fun, and some of you really do like it. But what do you want me to say? I'm not excited about Frank having a haircut on Tuesday. I'm excited about Man United winning. Sorry. How much did he want, Mark, says Bear? I'm not talking about that. I still don't want Carrick long-term, says Ryan. Well, we will talk about that on the 8 o'clock show. Mark, I'm pissed that people throw Amrim under the bus now that we're winning. I don't want to talk about Amrim, Adam. We've got to move on from it. Title race on, joking, says Kian. Definite penalty, by the way. How wasn't that given? Yeah, J4, absolutely spot on. We do have to talk about that. That was a penalty on Harry Maguire. It was. But... You know, 2 wrongs don't make a right. It was a red. Well, that doesn't even make sense. It was a red card for Romero, and it was a penalty by Van der Ven. Absolutely. So yeah, but we just got to keep racking up the 3 points, says Jet. Exactly. Right, I'm live on That's Football at 3 o'clock. There's also the fan forum where I'm on that as well. The guy who does my voice is on the fan forum, so I will be tuning in to see that, because I think he actually does me better than me. But thank you, everybody, for watching, as always, and join me on That's Football after the fan forum, or join me on That's Football for 3 o'clock. Take care, everyone. I am live on here at 8 o'clock tonight as well. I'll speak to you all in a bit.